They say getting older means getting weaker, that the stiffness in your knees, the sudden cramps in your calves, the fatigue in your legs after just a short walk are simply a part of aging. But what if I told you that this doesn't have to be your story? That even after 65, your legs could feel stronger, more stable, and your knees could move more smoothly, almost like turning back time. Imagine waking up in the morning without that stabbing pain in your knee, climbing stairs without having to grip the railing for dear life, or going on a walk with your grandchildren without feeling like your legs are going to give out. Now imagine doing all that not with expensive medications or painful treatments, but with something so simple, so close at hand, you might already have it in your kitchen cabinet. Nuts. Yes, my dear friends. Nuts, simple, natural, familiar, have the power to transform your body from the inside out. But here's what nearly 95% of seniors don't know. While some nuts can soothe your joints, strengthen your legs, and help you sleep better without being awakened by cramps, other nuts, if eaten in the wrong way, can quietly make your symptoms worse. You might not feel it immediately, but day by day, your knees stiffen, your energy fades, and your balance begins to betray you. That's why I want you to stay with me until the very end of this video. Because the last nut we'll talk about is connected to a silent danger. One that can lead to sudden leg weakness and a high risk of falling in just a few short days. And falls, my friends, are the #1 cause of injury and loss of independence in people over 65. So please, if this message resonates with you or someone you love, maybe your parents, your grandparents, type the number 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Type 0, so we know what to improve. But right now, let's begin with the 4 most important nuts that you must eat after 65. Because they hold the power to protect your joints, muscles, and memory. Starting with nut number 4, almonds, the golden fuel for elderly muscles. I can't count how many times older patients have asked me, "Doctor, is it just my age? Even walking to the mailbox feels like a chore. My legs shake when I stand. I feel like I'm going to fall." And while age does bring changes, these symptoms often point to something deeper: muscle hunger. That trembling in your legs? That shortness of breath after standing a few minutes? That's your body crying out for help, for fuel, for regeneration, for the building blocks of muscle tissue. And almonds, dear friends, are one of nature's richest sources of that fuel. Every raw or dry roasted almond contains plant-based protein, magnesium, healthy fats, and antioxidants, all essential for muscle repair and nerve health. But not all almonds are equal. Those sugary, honey-roasted kinds coated in oil? They've lost their benefits. What you need are pure almonds, raw or lightly roasted without salt, sugar, or oil. If you eat just a handful every day, maybe with breakfast or sprinkled into your salad, over time, you may notice fewer cramps, less trembling in your grip, and a steadier feeling in your legs. It's not a miracle. It's nourishment. It's your body finally getting what it's been missing. Because after 65, muscle loss can sneak up on you. You don't see it happening, but one day you realize you can't lift that bag of groceries anymore. You can't rise from the couch as quickly. That's why almonds matter. They don't just fill your belly. They rebuild you, gently, quietly, day by day. Nut number 3 is pistachios, the green key to circulation, warm feet, and a clear mind. Have your legs felt colder lately? Do your hands tingle or feel numb? Is it harder to concentrate or remember small things? These are signs that your circulation is slowing down. Blood isn't flowing as freely as it should. And when blood slows down, oxygen and nutrients don't reach your muscles and brain. You feel tired, foggy, weak. But here's where pistachios come in. These small green gems contain L-arginine, a compound that helps open up blood vessels and keep them flexible. This improves circulation not just in your heart, but in your legs, feet, and brain. You'll feel warmer, more energized, and less dizzy when you stand up. You may even find your memory sharper, because good blood flow supports brain function too. What's more, pistachios help stabilize blood sugar. That mid-morning crash you feel? That post-lunch fog? Pistachios help regulate it. Eat them dry roasted, unsalted, and natural. Not the kind coated in salt or flavorings. Just a small handful a day, and your body will thank you with every lighter, steadier step you take. Let's move on to nut number 2, peanuts. Yes, humble peanuts. Often misunderstood, but one of the most powerful allies for older adults facing leg pain, cramps, and fatigue. Have you ever woken up with your leg seized in a cramp? Or felt like your foot might give out while you were doing something simple, like washing dishes? This may not just be a coincidence. It could be a sign of magnesium deficiency, something very common in older adults. My own mother experienced this. And once we introduced plain peanuts into her diet, her cramps reduced dramatically. Peanuts are rich in magnesium, the mineral that relaxes muscles, prevents cramps, and helps maintain a steady heartbeat. They also provide healthy fats and protein, essential for rebuilding tissue and keeping your muscles strong. But be careful. I'm not talking about sugar-coated peanuts, or those packed in jars with added oils. I mean plain, raw or dry roasted peanuts, with no salt or flavoring. Just a small handful a day is enough to refuel your muscles and soothe your nerves. They also support nerve communication and heart rhythm, which helps with balance and endurance. And now, the most powerful nut of all, nut number 1, Brazil nuts. Few people talk about them. But these large, smooth nuts are like nature's multivitamin. Why? Because they're one of the richest sources of selenium, a mineral that older bodies desperately need. Selenium is responsible for cell repair, hormone balance, brain function, and muscle coordination. And just one Brazil nut a day can meet your entire selenium needs. If you're feeling tired despite sleeping, if your hands feel weak, or if your mood swings without reason, selenium might be the missing piece. Your body needs it to generate energy, keep inflammation low, and maintain nerve function. This means fewer falls, fewer missteps, and more confident walking. Eat 1 or 2 raw Brazil nuts daily. That's it. Not more, because they're potent. But just enough to awaken your inner strength and gently push back against the muscle loss, confusion, and exhaustion that so many seniors silently endure. Now you know the 4 essential nuts for those over 65. But knowledge alone isn't enough, we also need to avoid harm. Because there are 4 other nuts that may seem healthy, but can quietly damage your joints, digestion, and energy levels if you're not careful. Let's start with the 4th dangerous nut, cashews. Cashews seem innocent. Creamy, delicious, sold in every store. But when they're roasted in oil and coated in salt, they become a hidden threat. Older adults who eat salted cashews often experience swollen ankles, sluggish digestion, and joint stiffness. Why? Because the industrial oils used in roasting can cause inflammation, and the salt raises blood pressure and increases fluid retention. The result? Heavier legs, foggy thinking, and a greater risk of falls. If you love cashews, choose raw, unsalted ones. And eat them in moderation. Just a few at a time. Too many will still overload your digestion and blood vessels. Next up, the 3rd dangerous nut, pecans. Especially the candied or sugar-glazed pecans sold in snack packs or baked into desserts. These are loaded with sugar and unhealthy fats that fuel inflammation and disturb your digestion. You might notice knee pain, bloating, or even indigestion that keeps you up at night. If you enjoy pecans, choose plain, unflavored ones. Eat with fresh fruits like apples or pears to help balance blood sugar. But steer clear of those sugary traps that look innocent, but quietly stir up pain and fatigue. Now, the 2nd most dangerous nut for seniors, macadamia nuts. Yes, they're smooth, buttery, and often thought of as luxurious. But macadamias are also extremely high in fat, and not the kind of fat your aging body can handle easily. These fats can accumulate quickly, leading to weight gain, inflammation in the joints, and heavier legs. The problem isn't that macadamias are evil, it's that your body, after 65, doesn't metabolize rich fats the way it used to. Instead of giving you energy, they make you sluggish, swollen, and even more tired. If you've been waking up feeling inflamed and stiff, especially in your knees or hips, look at how many macadamias you're eating. Consider switching to lighter nuts like almonds or flaxseed instead. And finally, the most dangerous nut, and it might surprise you, walnuts. Walnuts are praised for heart and brain health. But here's the hidden truth. Walnuts spoil very quickly. Even if they smell fine, their fats can oxidize fast, especially if stored improperly. And oxidized fats become inflammatory. They contribute to joint pain, memory fog, and circulation problems. If you've been eating walnuts thinking they're helping your brain, but still feel tired, forgetful, or stiff, they may be doing more harm than good. The older we get, the less efficiently our liver can clear these oxidized fats. It builds up quietly, until one day, you're too tired to get out of bed without help. So, after 65, choose wisely. Choose almonds, pistachios, peanuts, and Brazil nuts. Avoid salted cashews, candied pecans, rich macadamias, and possibly spoiled walnuts. Because every bite you take at this stage in life isn't just food. It's medicine. Or it's poison. It's a choice between mobility and pain. Between independence and dependency. Between a clear mind and confusion. You deserve better. You deserve strength, clarity, and dignity at any age. If this video helped you, please leave a comment with the number of your favorite nut from today's list. Press like, and share this with your family so they can support your health journey too. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Tips, where we bring you trusted, caring advice tailored for seniors every week. Thank you for staying with me. Remember, your body still wants to heal. Let's give it the chance. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.